This is the Cash Considerations Podcast with three guys from Pittsburgh, Philly, and Boston talking sports. God help us all. This is the show. Take it away, Dave.
Welcome to the Cash Considerations Podcast. Today is Wednesday, November 10th. Oh my goodness, I just got the point. That means this is the show. It is time to start this week's episode. We've got so much to talk about. We've got so much going on. Baseball is over. Probably not going to talk about that. NBA basketball has started. We might mention it. NHL is going on. Yes. We'll get a 2-minute shift pulling the goalie. Copyright Cash Considerations 2021. College basketball started. We ain't talking about college basketball. Not on this show. Not doing it. Not going to have it. But we're going to talk about football, as always. We did it on 8 in the Box, me and B. Howe. That's already done to college football. We're going to do later Takin. We're going to do NFL football in the gun right here. This is the show. I am Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere at Sportsbook Consigliere. With me tonight, the boys, as always. We don't have a guest. We're not going to have a guest. Jimmy Dunn joined us last week, brought the lock. If you haven't seen it, heard it, you should go back, listen to the show wherever you find podcasts. Watch the show on the YouTube channel, Cash Considerations. The Wizards are doing an unbelievable job with that as well. We really appreciate that. But the boys are here. First, the hair's growing. He's got the Sixers jersey on. No, that's the Heat jersey tonight. Yeah, that's the throwback Heat jersey. I love that thing. Go watch it again on YouTube at Cash Considerations. But he's Dan Alexander, known as Newbie on the show, and at Newbie Talks on Twitter. Something growing on that lip. We're going to have to come up with a name for that. I don't know what it is, but how are you, sir? You feeling all right? What's going on?
I'm doing better than I actually look. And, about, 10 days into this Movember fundraiser that I'm doing, and I'm already sick of it. Like, this is the longest that I've looked at myself because I avoid mirrors. Because it's not a good look, and I also hate shaving. Like, that's why I have a beard. I don't have a beard because it's suave or anything. I hate shaving. I had to do it my whole life for Catholic school. I told myself never again, and now I do it once a month, and I hate it. I can't stand it already, Dave, but it's all for a good cause. I'm doing well, my man.
Well, that's good. And actually go along right there on the Twitter and see if you can find, where you can send money and you're raising money for a very good cause. Go back and listen to last week's episode. Your Take-A-Minute segment address that. Why you look like the guy from, what did B. Howe say today? Diego? What's his name?
Same thing CH said last week. This is now the 5th time that someone has said Indigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. Princess Diaries, which is probably the best.
No. Wait, I know I haven't been introduced to the show yet, but Princess Diaries, Newbie?
Isn't that what it's called? The
Princess Bride.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Thank you.
The kid's not good. The kid's not good with
princess movies.
So I'm recording. My daughter keeps calling me on the phone right now. She does not understand we're recording. So big consigliere. This is the show.
What are you doing?
So she's interrupting right now.
Blow up the
continuously calling me. I haven't talked to her for 3 days. 3 days in and out of the house. Haven't said a word. She's calling me right now. Got the voicemail. Sorry, Kylie. Hope everything's okay. We'll be with her in a second. Also here tonight, Carl Hascall, at Carl Hascall, coordinating producer, social media manager, and email guy, cashconsidershow@gmail.com, where we took some, questions today that hopefully we'll get to in Carl's Corner. Copyright Cash Considerations 2021, Carl's Corner. CH, what's up, man? How are you?
How are you? How you doing? Copyright Cash Considerations 2021. In fact, this entire show is Copyright Cash Considerations 2021.
Is the mute button there? Is it visible? Bama's checking on us. He wants to know. He said you can learn things, solve problems. Is everything set up there in Wayne Manor up in Boston? Everything good?
Yeah, we're good. I'm 1 week away from putting a piece of duct tape over this mute button over here, so I don't use it anymore. So, Bama, if I have to cough or if I have to sneeze, you're going to hear it. So deal with it.
Everybody hears it. That's fine. Everybody's listening to the show, but nobody's listening to the show. Well, you can listen to the show. Watch the show. again, at Cash Considerations YouTube. Just search that. It all comes up. All the videos are there. The clips, they're doing an unbelievable job. We really appreciate that. I am wearing this Pat the Patriot hat. If you haven't seen it, my God, it's one of the it may be one of the best logos of all time of any sport, but it's red with the blue bill, and it's him getting ready to snap the ball. We're going to snap the ball here in a second, do what we do. We're going to get to the Layin and Takin college. We're going to get to the in the gun NFL. But what we have to do right now is first address baseball's over, so we're not even going to address it. NBA, it's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. But there was somebody, they just had like a 6-game winning streak. I don't know. I mean, something had to take down this team. It had to be the COVID. It's the only way. JoJo got it. JoJo plays for that team again. Newbie, what team is that we're talking about?
No, JoJo. I'll tell you what, the last 2 games, I don't care about the losses. All I know is the Sixers B squad with 2 guys coming off the bench could at least take or cover the spread against whatever team that they're playing. I am loving what I'm seeing the fight out of the Sixers right there.
Man.
And we still get to play the song even when they're not winning, because I told y'all don't sleep on my boy Tyrese Maxey. That's the next jersey that's going to be coming in. Dude, I love that guy when he was drafted. Electric, 31 points last night. We're recording here on a Wednesday, so even when JoJo's out, even when Ben Simmons hopefully ends up in Boston, we're still going to be playing the song. And if Ben Simmons does go to Boston, CH might even be the next one who's saying, play the damn song.
Yeah. I may implode if Ben Simmons comes to Boston.
That's what I couldn't wait to ask you this week.
Oh,
can you imagine?
No.
That Simmons could be wearing that beautiful white and green of the Celtics. Like, and not only as Newbie sits there with his fingers crossed as I say it and try to speak it into existence, but Jalen would be a Sixer.
Oh.
I mean, could you imagine if this could actually happen, CH? How excited will you be?
How excited will I be? I tell you, I think, I don't remember if I tweeted or I texted it or what, but I would renounce my Celtics fandom if that happened. Jaylen Brown is just not even as a basketball player, just as a human being, as an activist. He's just an incredible young man. And quite honestly, he would fit phenomenally in the city of Philadelphia. I just hope it never happens. You know, this is the first time I can remember a Boston team being dysfunctional, and this team is borderline dysfunctional, and they don't even have Kyrie on the team anymore. So
yeah, but wouldn't like a rivalry that's gone a little bit stale for both sides? Like if Ben Simmons went to Boston, rivalry renewed. You know what I mean? And I feel like it would be more just because like Boston, like probably there would be just choruses of boos no matter where Ben Simmons went, because the Boston fans don't want him, the Philly fans don't want him. Like what fan base is clamoring saying, I hope they pull this trigger, because he's looked very bad on the court, but all this shit going on behind the scenes I think has made him borderline, I don't want to say untradeable. Nobody's untradeable if you get the right deal for him, but no fan base is clamoring for Ben Simmons right now, which is a shame because of what a talent he should be.
I'd like to see him in one of 2 places, and you guys know where they are. Brooklyn or LA.
Yep.
That would be ideal. That would fuel my fire, that's for sure.
They're playing the Lakers tonight, and hashtag anybody but the Nets or the Lakers.
Or Lakers.
Copyright Cash Considerations 2021. The originator of the hashtag anybody but Carl Hascall. Last question before we move on. NBA. News, I'll go to you first. Did you see Jokic take a shot at the guy, Markieff Morris, one of the Morris? Like that was an accident foul. Oh, that was like he ran right into him. You can only take so much shit before you got to hit somebody back. And I say all the time, nobody knows shit. Cheap shot, justified, and Would you do it if that was you?
I'll just say yes, because it was a cheap shot that was justified. And, the thing is I'm a lover, not a fighter. So I don't know if I would be the one who would like slam into the back of somebody, but I would definitely mouth off a little bit. So I just can't wait for when those two teams play each other again. It's going to be must watch television. And that's why I love the NBA, because it's all a soap opera. That's what it's all about. But I think Jokic was fine. You know what I mean? Like, sure, was it a little bit out of line? Yes. But at the same time, the shit they were pulling all game long was a little bit out of line too. It's always the second guy, as we know from the horrible refs in the NFL. It's the second guy who's going to be getting in trouble. I had to slide it in. Fuck you, Correnti. Go on.
Correnti, my boy. What are you doing? Something's going on there. I'm not saying the shit was fixed. Stop what the game was fixed. Sometimes officials, umpires, referees, whatever you want to call them, sometimes they don't know shit either. And that was just a bad call. But, CH, you remember basketball when it was basketball. I mean, you remember that would have been, somebody would have got clocked. Like, you could only take so much. I saw the highlights and I was like, man, at what point is somebody got to have either an enforcer, which we'll get to real quick in a hockey segment real fast. But you settle that stuff like right there. And did you see Jimmy? Jimmy was in Philly for a while. Jimmy was talking. Jimmy was doing a lot of talking from over on the other side of the court. Not I'm saying Jimmy can't handle his business. Jimmy could probably handle his business. But Jokic is a big dude. And Marquise, whatever, I don't know how to say it. It's one of the Morris twins. Took a shot, justified, cheap shot. And would you do it? Because you were a star back in JV basketball. You did score the 16 points. So
in one game.
So what do you think when you see that? Like, it's all over the news. It's all over shows. And yes, we're a gambling show, but I mean, Denver had the game in control. That was not an accidental foul.
No. And for the record, I think I averaged 1.2 points per game that year that I scored the 16, just so you're aware.
Not bad.
There's no place for the cheap shots in any of the sports, right? Nobody got hurt, but there's no place for the cheap shots. But the retaliation, you're going to get caught every time. He probably deserved it. Jimmy, I think, what did Jimmy get fined? Like $30,000 for trying to incite the riot from the other bench or whatever happened.
I didn't see. He should have got fined a bag. Yeah,
he did. He got fined a bag. Send that bag. We know where he can. Yeah, still looking for that bag. You can send it this way.
That thing. Yeah.
Exactly. But I think, that the Thriller in Pontiac ruined it all, right? When they had the big brawl. Was it Pontiac that they had the brawl?
Yeah, it was in
the
Detroit.
Pistons game.
It wasn't Pontiac. It was whatever they called the building. Auburn Hills.
That's what it was. The Palace at Auburn Hills.
Malice in the Palace. Yeah,
exactly. That ruined it all. I mean, up until then, you could solve most of the issues on the court. Look at McHale and Kurt Rambis, right? You just let them go and do their thing. But I wish, to a certain extent, you wish they could settle it on the court a little bit. But
my take is pretty simple. You're going to take a shot at a guy and then pretend like you didn't do it on purpose and you didn't try to, the game was decided. I mean, just run the clock out. You see the dribble out all the time. Like, there's a minute and a half left and you're accidentally fouled. I don't know why they're on the court. Maybe I think it was 2 minutes left, whatever it was. It's ridiculous. There's no place for it in sports, but if you want to get in the fire, you might get burned. And, Morris he took a shot. He's laying on the ground like he was never getting up and laid there. If you rewatch the video, watch him take a peek to make sure that he knew.
It says, I got to make sure I keep rolling. Yeah.
It's a little soccer dive going on there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, stop that stuff. It's the dive and just to get the penalty. And it has to stop. But all right, that's enough of that. NHL, pretty simple. Nobody knows shit. I mean, you can watch the games, 2-minute shift. We're pulling the goalie. Again, copyright cash considerations 2021, pulling the goalie segment right here on the show. CH, I ain't betting it, but I'm watching it. And you want to talk about like not knowing teams. The Penguins are favored in Chicago. Chicago's won 1 game or 2 games all season. They lose. Then you got the Kings last night on a back-to-back. They beat Ottawa or Toronto. They were up in Canada. Oh, they beat Toronto. They beat Toronto. And thank you, people in Canada, for listening to the show. We really appreciate it. We get more and more listeners every week up there. So, yeah, Newbie's a big fan as well. They lose or they win. Then they go to Montreal. Montreal's a favorite. Montreal's won 2 or 3 games all season. Minus 150, Kings win again. So you play back-to-back, you win. You play back-to-back, you lose. Like, has hockey ever been more confusing, like looking at betting it, than it is right now?
No, not at all. I have placed exactly 0 hockey bets so far.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm ahead of the game by not betting, because I feel like everybody's getting killed.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like now in the book, like you're taking the bets, but you're taking as probably little bets of all the sports. It gets probably the least amount of handle right now, because it's just one of those things that there's too many other things going on. And then you try to dive into it in December as college football goes away. And then, the NFL goes away, and you start like, you just log in and you're like, oh, Washington's playing the Islanders today. I don't know. Just let me pick it. And then you're behind. So educate, watch, enjoy hockey right now. And as B-How alerted me on 8 in the Box, he threw a little hockey information in there. Bet there will be a goal in the first 10 minutes of every night game, Golden Knights game, Vegas Golden Knights, and you will have cashed every one. Whether they score it or the other team scores it, 10-0. 10-0. So probably something.
Might be time to start betting hockey.
That's what I'm saying. So, everybody wants actual info and all this other shit. Nobody knows shit, but B-How told me that. Something to pay attention to. They got a lot of issues right now, but that's one that maybe works. So that's 2 minutes. That's done. We're going to get to some questions and things like that in Carl's Corner. And we got, some other things to do. Before we move on to Layin or Takin, I want to mention the Book It Sports app. If you love the sports bet, listen up. The Book It Sports app is here to help make your sports betting experience a breeze. Whether you're looking to talk shop, purchase picks, or simply need an app to keep track of all of your action, Book It Sports is the app for you. In sports betting, transparency is key. And with all new Book It Sports betting score, you can easily separate the contenders from the pretenders. What are you waiting for? Download Book It Sports today for free in the Google Play and Apple app stores, and prove to your friends why you're the better. Oh, man. Talk about better. My goodness, Trent, I don't know. This boy is killing it on social media. He's got almost 15,000 followers. He had like 2 a month ago. Picking losers is profitable. He's picking losers. He's the fade god. And then first day of college basketball, what's he do? 7-0. So you don't know whether you're coming, going, winning, losing. Download that Book It Sports app. Those guys are doing a great job. All right. Layin or Takin. I mean, CH, if you're laying or taking Newbie's mustache, well, first, what's the price? And are you laying or taking?
Man, I could tell you I'm laying, because I ain't taking that thing. But good for him for doing this for 30 days. I can imagine what's going to happen at midnight on December 1st in the Newbie household. But I'm kind of curious what the other people in his life think about the caterpillar that crawled up there and died under his nose.
It's a mixed bag, to be honest with you. It's a pretty mixed bag. I think most people, they just look at me and they have no clue what age I am, because they're just like, what fucking age is this dude? And why is he wearing a jersey? So it's just like I feel like that's the biggest reaction. The thing is, people who know me and see me on like a daily basis, and then I show up and I have a shaved face, like it's the shock and awe that it's like on people's faces. They're just like, there's a little bit of disgustedness. There's a little bit of, okay. There have been very few people that says, oh, that's a good look. It's always, where's the beard is always the
That's
first.
the first question.
Yeah.
That's the first question.
It's dark. Like it's shocking.
Yeah.
You didn't know there was a face under there.
Yeah.
And now you know there's 2 chins under there. And that's the weirdest part.
The one question I have, is there any gray in that mustache? I mean, there's a lot of things happening.
For whatever reason, I feel like this is more like the brown, and I got like orange hairs in there.
Oh, you got
was
the
how it was.
multicolored.
That was how it was with my beard too, and now the gray's coming in. So give it time. Give it time. When I'm doing this, when I'm like, 40, 50, it'll probably be exclusively gray. So, so you have that to look forward to.
All right. Later taken, boys. College football. CH has discovered a very, very effective form of, making the picks. And they do this on other shows. And we're not afraid to say we've seen it on other shows. Hammer Down, our boys, Gumpy and Tone Diggs, who've both been on the show. They make a big deal about it. Tony does a tremendous job of introducing they call it the coin, and they do, oh, hell, the coin. It's fantastic. We don't do all that. We just got CH down there just holding it up and flipping it as he gets it close to the camera. Don't hit the mute button, please. Please don't hit that fucking mute button. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, later taken. We got some interesting college football games this week. We got some ranked teams playing some unranked teams. We know how all that's going to work. First game on down to 4 games. It's hard to find some college games to play. If you need more college football talk, please just go listen to 8 in the Box. That's me and B Howe. You can find him at Brad Howe 07. Me and him do Game Within the Game on Monday, but we do this 8 in the Box show, specifically college football, rapid fire. Newbie produces the show. He comes in over the top rope every once in a while. Did it again today. The show is out. It's done. You can go watch the clips. Will be available later today on YouTube, but the full entire show is there, and it's also wherever you find podcasts. Just follow along Cash Considerations Production, and you'll be able to get there. We're going to do it here. We're doing quick, and we've been doing okay actually with this coin. It's been very effective. First game, Oklahoma -5.5 at Baylor. Oklahoma's ranked 8th. Baylor's ranked 13th. These college football rankings are bullshit. We'll tie that up. That'll be how we tie this segment up. I'm interested to hear where you guys stand on the college football ranking system and how they, make it a big show every week. And it's the same goddamn teams every week. It's just silly. Oklahoma, 5.5. I will be taking. Give me the points with Baylor. I think this may be the one game that knocks the Big 12 out or opens the door for Oklahoma State to get in with another loss. But Baylor outright, I think, is very live, +5.5 for sure for me. Newbie, Laner taken, Oklahoma -5.5 at Baylor.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I produce 8 in the Box, and I think this game, there was some interesting things said about it, and I am also going to be taking the points. I think this is a really great opportunity for Baylor to play spoiler, and I think that's exactly what they're going to be looking to do. And, I think you look at the total too, 62.5, a lot of points probably scored. Baylor can score. I'll take the dog, and I think they're live in the game too.
Oklahoma's 9-0, but they're 4-5 against the spread. Baylor's 7-2, 6-3 against the number. CH, Layin or taken? Do we get back to the unanimous with the first one? Line it up, kick it. What are you doing, Layin or taken?
Well, here's the thing: we suck at unanimous picks, right?
We do.
And with my new system that's been in place for 2 weeks, I've got a 71% winning percentage.
Hell yeah!
I'm feeling pretty good about that. Therefore, I'm going against you guys because that's what we decided before the show. It landed on heads. Heads was Oklahoma. I'm taking Oklahoma, laying the points.
Excellent. All right. That's good to know. For those of you who are betting stuff, actually, like seriously, after listening to the show today, I'd say I always caution, wait until Friday night, Saturday. People like to bet early, and that's fine if you want to beat the number. But, that closing line value, again, I put up some garbage cans that say CLV on it. People getting pissed, dude.
CLV really seriously, man.
Ooh.
Hey, you're giving out that's not good information that you're giving out, Dave. You got to be careful about that.
My man Furman.
If somebody saw your tweet, man, that ain't no good.
Oh, I had a big obligation to tell people that CLV is a good way to measure making bad bets. or losing bets to justify. Like, you could say whatever you want. You win or lose. It's pretty simple. And you can get that CLV betting it now. Sometimes good numbers win. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discounting the fact that you got to get a good number when you make a bet. But don't hang your hat in that CLV trophy bullshit and all that stuff. Thank you to, Kelly for dubbing it, the participation trophy and all the people at Wager Talk that referred to it. I appreciate that. I make me laugh. I mean, we're just trying to make you laugh here on Cash Considerations. And, people with good CLV lose too. Don't give me that bullshit. Sorry, I got off on a tangent. That was the first game. All right, just want to make sure nobody's listening to the show anyway, so it don't matter. Hey, we can say whatever the fuck we want. At least that's what everybody keeps telling me. So, just want to see if anybody, maybe listens to the show. I don't know. Second game, big game, biggest game of the week, college football. Michigan -1 somehow at unranked Penn State. Michigan number 6 in the country, which, by the way, we talked about it briefly on 8 in the Box. I'd like to address it with you here, guys. What do you do when the official admits they fucked up after the fact, and then they go, sorry, Michigan, you were right. They fucked up. You don't get the game back. You don't get – it's gone. I mean, CH, you're so calm. When you sit, it's like nothing bothers you. You just kind of – you'd be pissed off a little, wouldn't you?
You should have been here like 4 hours ago to see if nothing bothers me. Having been an official at a much lower level than these guys, they're human. They're going to make mistakes, right? Just like a quarterback's going to throw a stupid pick out of the end zone when he's trying to get rid of the ball and, throw a pick six, right? Yeah. We've seen that by some redheaded Jesus out in Indianapolis a couple weeks ago. I mean, Ginger Jesus. There you go.
Refer to him respectfully as such.
Exactly. It happens. And until we get robots that are doing this, which hopefully we never do, there's going to be a human factor in there.
Yeah.
And what can you do? They're going to make mistakes. It's better than think about, Dave, how baseball was when we were kids. The umpires never made a mistake.
Yeah,
they never talked about they never got together and conferred over a call. They never went to the replay. So at least there's been progress.
Yeah, there's been progress. It would
doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, it would burn me up later, like to get it, not like apologize to me and don't tell the media that you did. Like, come to me and let me be pissed off. Now you put it all over. It's just scrolling on ESPN at the bottom line. And like, Michigan accepts the apology, or like the Big Ten, apologizes to Michigan for the call and this and that. And you're like, we lost. Like, it cost one call never cost the game. I tell the kids that all the time. Umpires make mistakes. They're people too. Just be nice. But man, that would burn my ass. Newbie, has an official ever got you that fired up? Back in the playing days, or like, you're at the Eagles games and you're screaming and yelling and leading the cheers, spelling shit bag Eagles. And when you go to the games,
that one doesn't catch on as much.
No,
for whatever reason. Yeah,
it should.
I think they have the EAGLES down pretty pat. No, in my playing days, I was always the guy who was effusive in my praise to the referees, so that I would get calls. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a great call, sir. Really great call. When their flag would be down, I would pick it up for them, especially in lacrosse. I was like over effusive in the praise, and I was one of the best at drawing fouls. Like, if for an offensive or defensive lineman to be able to draw penalties, like, I don't know if that's a skill set or not. I had it down pat, man. So I always try and respect the officials, even though I fucking hate them. You gotta kill them with kindness.
At least you call them officials in the right sport.
Yeah.
What do you call them in lacrosse? Are they referees or officials?
They're refs. Yeah.
Refs.
I just call always sir. Always sir. You know what I mean? That's why I never know what they're called. They're just sir to me. I see those stripes. I just see a sir.
CH, what did he call the baseball umpires? He called them refs, didn't he?
He called them refs. He called them the baseball refs.
we were in one of the softball games of the Consig kids out in Vegas. I was just standing with Dave, and there was just a horrible call. I don't know if it was out or
outside
what. And I leaned over to Dave. I was like, these fucking refs, man. These fucking refs. And until they make good calls, CH, they're going to be refs. And until that point.
It couldn't have been any worse than that call we saw in Philadelphia when the fly ball hit the foul pole and the umpire called the foul.
He called it foul. That was unbelievable.
I've never seen that. Never seen that before.
It's so funny.
It donged off the fucking thing.
Thanks for bringing that up. That was pretty good. All right, let's circle back. Michigan, 8-1 against the spread, 7-2 against the number. 8-1 straight up, 7-2 against the number. Penn State again, unranked Penn State at home, 6-3 and 6-3. Newbie, you're first. Layin or Takin? You taking that point, or you laying points on the road?
Yeah, they're doing the whole whiteout without calling it a whiteout thing because I guess there's like rules that they're not allowed to do it multiple times. They're doing the helmet game, which means there's one section in the middle of the stadium that will have blue, which it's just call it a whiteout. Just call it a whiteout. But
stripe out.
Yeah.
Stripe out. That's what they're calling it.
Stripe out, where they alternate. It's called the helmet stripe.
Yeah, helmet stripe.
Is what it's called.
Yeah.
The helmet stripe game ain't going to help them. Michigan's beating Penn State. I'm sorry, Dave. I want to lay it with Penn State, or I want to take it with Penn State, but dude, they had their dream crusher spot. They haven't recovered since. I will tell you though, this Friday, I'm excited. I'll be seeing, do they have a quarterback coming in or not? I'll be calling a Wilson Central York District playoff game that features Penn State fans, Bo Perbula. He's got a quarterback, 6'2", 215, over 2,100 yards in his senior season alone, and run has over 600. So I'm going to see, what do you have coming in? Because that's the one thing they've always been missing as a quarterback. So that I'm looking forward to. This game, not as much. I think go blue, the Maize and Blues rolling.
Where do people find you listen or you do in the game? Because we listened to it last week. Me and the kids got a little bit of taste of Newbie on the road doing the game and the analyst role, which is it's a lot of fun to listen to. Where do the people find this?
Well, check me out on Twitter at Newbie Talks. I always am tweeting it out. I'm always sharing out the link. It's 830weeu.com. It's every Friday Eastern time at 6:30 is when our pregame coverage starts. And the playoffs are now, and some D1 level players that we'll be following through. So anytime you want to check it out, you're bored on Friday night. Me and my partner Bob McCool. Great fucking name, by the way. And that's his given name, McCool. Like, that guy's born for play-by-play. Bob McCool. So you can listen in. We love doing it, man. It's genuinely like a highlight of my week for sure.
That's great. You picked the wrong team, but that's okay.
That's why I did all that to gloss over it. So
you did. I heard it. People heard it. The people all heard it. They're listening to the show all over the state of Pennsylvania. Again, we thank everybody for listening to the show. Especially the PA people. We could use some more Boston shit. Apparently that's why I'm wearing this hat, the Pat the Patriot. Carl, hold it down. Jimmy was here last week, Jimmy Dunn. CH, you laying or taking Michigan -1 at Penn State? Go ahead. You can say it too. Say Michigan, please, because I don't want to have to break the tie.
So I'm going to say the same thing I said last week, which is really what's been in my head for the last 8 weeks that we've been doing this. I don't think I've got a Penn State game right since 1962. I'm taking Penn State.
Oh, shit. Shit.
I'm taking the point.
God damn it. So am I. Listen, the streak has to end. It can't. 19, it's a long time. They didn't even have the whole upper level of the stadium that far back. You were betting the games before they were born.
71%.
71%. He's taking Penn State with the new method. This is good. We are Penn State. I'll get Maize and Blue. It's blue and white. They're winning the game. Take them and the under 48.5 right now. Jump on that. That number's going down. Michigan ain't going to be able to run the ball. B-How talk about the stuff factor. Penn State got the stuff factor working. Turn the team into one-dimensional. Penn State. Next game, Texas A&M -2.5 at Ole Miss. A&M 7-2, 6-3 against the number. Ole Miss 7-2, 5-3-1 against the number. CH, what does the 71% say about this game?
71% says that if we're picking 4 games, I'm probably going to get 3 of them right and 1 wrong. Yep. Hopefully it's this one. It's not the last one. I'm going Texas A&M. I'm going to lay the points.
Oh, shit. I hope it's not this one because I like Texas A&M too. They're playing their best football of the season now. Ole Miss, they're injured. They're beat up. All them tickets on Matt Corral to win the Heisman. You got all that closing line value. He ain't winning the Heisman. I don't think so. Good luck with that. Maybe he throws for 800 yards and, goes over 55.5. I think it goes under. I like Texas A&M better. Defense wins this game. I'm laying the 2.5. Newbie, Layin or Takin, A&M minus 2.5 at Ole Miss.
Well, unfortunately, this is going to be the game that he loses because it's unanimous. I, too, am taking Texas A&M, laying the 2.5 for, as CH was saying, he can't get any Penn State game rights. I can't get any of these Ole Miss games right.
So
and every time I play on them, they shit the bed. Every time I play against them, they score 1,000 points. Over Texas A&M, that's the place for me in this one.
Yeah. And just for the record, since we started the new system two weeks ago, we are 1-0 in our unanimous picks.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
That's powerful.
Okay, that's good. And I know he's got a spreadsheet for it, so I know it's right. So if you need to go back and listen to it, if you've got any questions about the records and shit, just, DM Carl at Carl Hascall. He's got it all. It's all right there. I see these wonderful ass spreadsheets, but the print is so small. You got to open this bitch up and bing it a little bit when you see it, but he's got it. So that's good to know. Last game of the college, Wake Forest -2 at home against NC State. Wake is coming off an ACC game against North Carolina where they scored like 200 points, but it wasn't a conference game. It was just a makeup game, but they're both in the same conference. Can't understand it. Now they play NC State -2. Newbie, I'll go first. Fuck it. I'll go first. I think it's my turn anyway. It is. Wake -2. NC State defense way better. Wake way better offense. I'll side with the offense. I want Wake to keep the chaos thing alive. I want to see them get to the ACC championship and then have to be told, you won all your games except the one conference game that wasn't a conference game, and we still ain't inviting you to the party. Fuck it. I'm just not going to do it. So Wake -2, Layin for me. Newbie, Layin or Takin?
I too, I'm laying the points with Wake Forest. I mean, I was looking down at my phone, and what was I looking at? The fucking Demon Deacon is so cool. I just wanted to make sure that I was looking at the right logo because he's badass. You know what I mean? I just can't go against the Demon Deacon. And just like you, I love the chaos. I love the excitement. Yeah, NC State, okay, they're fine. Like you said, they got the defense, Wolfpack, all that bullshit. If you want to do that, go under the 66.5. But I'm taking the offense. I'm taking Wake Forest.
So Bama and the boys down, listen to the show. Thank you again. We got a big following in Alabama and Mississippi. We're taking over the South a little bit. We could use some more people in Carolina watching and listen to the show in the Carolinas. It's a big game in Carolina. Call it Tobacco Road. College basketball should be an enormous matchup. College football, maybe not so much, but it is this week. CH, the system says what? Layin or Takin Wake Forest -2.
Says, give me the 2 points.
Really?
Says, give me the 2 points. NC State, the Wolfpack.
Dave, we're fucked. We're fucked.
Yeah. Damn it. All right. I was hoping that was the game that we maybe got really rolling with the unanimous thing, 1-0. That's 100% for the people
we'll take
that do the picks. Listen and buy the picks.
Calculate that real quick.
That is 100%.
Yeah. So we'll try to keep that going. All right. Speaking of keep it going, let's keep it moving, boys. We're flying along here. We're going to get, before we go to In the Gun, we got to mention the East Coast sports investors and our friend Jeff Dawson, also up in New England. JD, I hope you watched the show. Look at this hat. I'm wearing this hat for you and all the boys up there. And if you ever wonder what 30 plus years of sports wagering experience and what a #1 ranked sports investors, according to Google, what that page looks like, you just have to go to www.eastcoastsportsinvestors.com. Your sports leaders delivered to you via text and email. There's never been a better time to meet the ECSI family. You've got NBA, you've got NHL, you've got college football, you've got NFL, and now you have college basketball. There's 350 teams in college basketball. Sometimes you might have to pay somebody for the picks. Jeff, I'm telling you, he does the work. He puts it in, go along. Plus, he's got the great gear. I mean, he's got the ECSI stuff. Is so nice. But follow him on Twitter at ECSI Sports Invest. If you still have questions, he says, ask the real Vegas Dave, not that guy with them whale plays and all that other bullshit, the billboards all over the place. It's me, Mr. Sharapan. No I in team, just win and profit. We'll see you, how about at the 3-point line or down in the key, getting ready for college basketball. That's one of Jeff's specialties. All right, boys, We got to go there.
Happy birthday to Jeff. Yesterday was his birthday. The double nickel yesterday.
Yeah, happy
Love you, Jeff.
birthday.
Love that.
Jeff, I didn't even know. I talked to JD this morning. He didn't even say nothing. I can't even talk about coaching the kids. We'll get to that later. Newbie. Well, I forget the dude's name. There's so many different characters, so many different people. But please take us where we got to go within the gun. Copyright Cash Considerations 2021.
The name don't matter. You can call me Skeeter. You can call me Cooter. All I know is it's time for the most brutal football segment this side of Mississippi. And God damn it, does it feel good to be back spitting in my platoon or spittoon. Platoon is fucking Patton.
Poutine. What the fuck? Remember Chris Abbott when he said something about the poutine and
poutine. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no poutine where I'm from. Keep that shit up north, boys. It's time for In the Gun.
Sounds
now
like
we lost all of our just lost all of our listeners down.
This is an over show.
All right, let's get to it. Every time I draw inspiration from you, Bam. I love you, man. All right, so what? Got some great games this week. Last week, fucking Bath was taken by, it seemed like, the sharps, the squares, the rhombuses, the circles, the octagons, all of them. But it was good games, man. I love upsets. Unfortunately, I didn't pick enough of them. This week, we got some early and late afternoon games, having some home favorites. We got both night games that we'll be covering, the prime time. We got home dogs in those. All of them, we're staying away from the dreaded Carl Hascall 5 and 5.5. All of them are 4 or less.
That's the first issue I have with this list. I mean,
no
CH puts together the list. No fives.
So here's the thing. Are there any fives? Everything I looked at is 3 and under or 8 and up. There's nothing between 3 and 8.
The books realize whenever they have the 5s out there, that's when they get fucking buried.
Right.
And they had one of the most historic weekends ever, and now they're like, CH ain't getting no more 5s.
Fives.
No way.
They're listening to the show. They know I don't like 5s. They took the 5s off the board.
They were listening even though nobody was listening. Yeah, that's funny how it works out. Well, let's start off here in the early games. And also, guys, when we're picking these games, I think we say it every week, it's hard picking the games on Wednesday. So when we're given these picks, I'm going to make it a little bit more obvious, too, if I would actually bet a game or not. We're going to continue making the picks the same way that we do. But, it's just worth mentioning this is a perfect exercise, number one, that picking 7 games sides in the NFL is insanely hard, and doing it early in the week before you get to hear who's out, before you get to see the line moves is even tougher. So, we're doing it because we love talking about the games, but I think it's a great exercise just to kind of show how tough it is and how hard it is to beat NFL sides, especially early in the week. So now the disclaimer is out of the way. Let's get to it and give you our locks of the week. Bet all these max unit whale plays. Patriots are taking on the Browns. The total is 45.5, and the Patriots are 2-point favorites. This one for me, because this opened at 3, it's down to 1 in some spots. So the Browns are getting all kinds of money, which is surprising to me because I think the Patriots are kind of establishing themselves as being a potential playoff team. I think playoffs is definitely in the cards for them. How far they can go, I mean, it depends. If they make it, second? If they win their first round matchup, I too will buy a Patriot Pat hat and we'll all wear it. I'll throw that down. I'll throw that down right here. CH almost the hat's so fucking nice. I mean, I would wear that thing. That thing is so fresh. I'll bat lead off here. We'll have CH go last since it's his squad and he's been nailing them all season long. This would be a pass for me. If I was betting this game, it would be Browns in a teaser leg. I was telling the guys before the show, I bet way more teasers than anything, talking about how hard it is to beat NFL sides. I feel like if I can move the line 6 points, I have a better chance at winning, whether it's wongable or not. I guess I'll go with the Browns because that's the side, but this would be a sheer pass for me. The only way I would play this game is if you were getting that 2 and you were able to take the Browns up to 8. I think they keep it close. What do you think, Dave?
I think 2 things. One, I don't know if wongable is a word, but you just invented it, and I like it.
It's great. And I'll give credit where it's due. I hear it from Gianni from Wager Talk all the time. So again, it's crazy. You can give credit when you hear things from other places. It's wild, but you can do it. So
what if they copyrighted it?
Luckily, no copyrights. No copyrights. But you can still at least say, hey, I was listening to this show. I heard something pretty cool. This is where I kind of got it for. It's crazy how that works. Back to you, Dave.
Okay. So Wongable, I like Wongable. What I don't like is the Cleveland Browns. I picked against them last week. I took the Bengals. That was one of my pride and joy losers. Dead wrong side after, Burrow threw the 99-yard interception return. They came back and scored. It was 7-7. It was never close after that. Cleveland gets rid of OBJ, addition by subtraction. It looks like everything's working. I'm wearing the Patriot hat. Are you kidding? What am I going to say? I like Cleveland. I don't like Cleveland. I ain't ever wearing no Cleveland Brown hat. So Adam, Burke, Keith, Fredericks, the tennis pro, Ralph Michaels, if you listen to the show too, thank you again for listening to the show. All the Cleveland people. Royce Dickerson, you look much better in that Cleveland Brown stuff than me. They ain't winning this game. Give me New England. This guy knows something. Nobody knows shit. Jimmy said it last week. It feels like he knows something. He got his quarterback, Mac, the knife, Patriots, minus that short number for me.
How awesome, too, was it, the video of him rolling up to the game with his fucking hoodie like halfway up? Oh, my God.
He doesn't give a shit.
That's what I don't understand how people don't like Bill Belichick. Like I love like the surly, and you can tell if he lets you in, he has such an awesome personality. So that aside, Patriots 2-point favorites against the Brownies. Patriots winning this game?
Yeah, so before I give you my pick, which is probably going to be obvious, before I give you my pick, Newbie had his disclaimer about picking games, on Wednesdays, and we've been doing this for a few weeks now. Wednesdays, maybe a Thursday sprinkled in there, and even it's even tough then. We've only had one perfect week from somebody picking games so far this season. We're 10 weeks in now. Yeah, we've only had one perfect week, and that was me. I was perfect all the way back in week 1 when I went 0-7. I'm taking the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots this week because we're back, bitches. This is where the roll continues against Cleveland. I'll lay the 2 points.
See, this is the kind of shit that we miss when the mic is muted. That's just gold right there, dude.
Flip that one, Josh. Shores.
We're back, bitches.
We're back, bitches.
That'll be in the board for next week. Yeah, that will be in the board for next week.
We're back, bitches. If they win.
We have a CH we're back bitches drop. That is guaranteed. Cut it. Yep, there we go. Keep on moving here with the early games. I think this is actually going to be a pretty good game too. Titans -3 taking on the Saints. I bat lead off on this one, so I'm on the last one. So I'm throwing it back CH's way. Saints 3-point underdogs, 44.5 the total.
I had a good week last week, and I started writing down my picks. If you recall, I started writing down my picks before the game, so nobody could talk me out of anything. If you look right here at the Rams and Titans right here, you can't really see it, but right there it did say Tennessee, and I scribbled it out, and I wrote LAR for the Rams there. I never should have done that. The Titans won. I would have gone 5-2 last week, but I didn't. I'm taking the Titans and hoping they don't screw me this week after I took them off my list last week.
So you're sticking with the Titans. I personally think the Titans are still the most overrated team in football. I don't know how they keep winning.
First in the conference.
I know. And that's I feel like the eyes just keep defying logic with this team, and I don't understand it. I'm going to take the Saints in this one, taking the 3 points. I think Saints could win this game outright. This Titans team just seems to me like they're primed. They're due for a letdown spot. They keep winning these games that they shouldn't win. This is a game that they definitely should win, so I wouldn't be shocked if this is the one they drop. What do you think, Dave?
I'm laying the points with Tennessee. Very impressed with the effort last week at the Rams. Perfect spot to not play well and bounce back or lose the game, like you said. I think that's going to be the sharp side. That's going to be the rhombus side or the parallelogram side or trapezoid side. It's a geometry lesson. Every week it's fun to say all the shapes. I don't know, sharp, square, circle. I don't know. I know this. Give me Tennessee minus the points. That's where I stand with it now. I don't want to talk about that game no more.
Boom. Nice and easy. So we won't even talk about anything in the early afternoon slate. We're going to the late games, and we're going to the Chargers taking on the Vikings. Chargers after beating down.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. No more early games. There's a game that I thought every week what makes the rundown.
The Steelers game? What's the line on?
Wait, whoa. What? I'm in charge of the list. Ooh. And who are they playing?
They're playing the Lions.
Right. Does anybody give a shit about the Lions? No. Listeners, if you give a shit about the Lions, let us know. Everybody, we're all picking the Steelers. Let's move on.
I'm taking the Lions.
You're taking the Lions?
I took the Lions 2 weeks ago against your team, and they fucked me.
They're off the bye. They're getting 9 points. I don't know. I love taking shit nobody wants to take, and that's why I lose all my money.
We take the Lions too. That's a secret. I didn't want to talk about it. Don't tell nobody.
Secret part of the deck. It won't
plus
be
listed. 9. Detroit plus the points. It happened on Sunday night. Monday night, the Bears plus the points got there. The week before, 2 weeks before that, at home, Seattle shitbag Geno Smith got there. Detroit plus the points. Go ahead, take it back. Now, be sorry for the interjection.
No, that's fine, and that's a little secret game. It's not even going to be on the rundown. You're scrolling through. We do this great thing where it's all time stamped, so you can fast forward where you want to go. That game's not going to be on it. It's a secret game. So we'll move on.
It's like the secret menu at Starbucks, right?
Exactly.
Nobody knows we have the Pittsburgh-Detroit game. Shh, don't tell anybody.
Exactly.
Nobody's listening to the show anyway.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
It's just for the three of us.
When you win on the Lions, we know who's listening. Chargers taking on the Vikings. Chargers 2.5-point favorites. There's also some threes out there as you're looking in this one. Again, a game that I probably wouldn't bet. I would take the Vikings in a teaser. So I guess as my official play, I'll take Vikings on the side. I would rather take the 3, but as we have it listed is the 2.5. Who I would pair this with, I would probably do it in that Browns game. Browns plus 8, Vikings 8.5. I also like a teaser in a game that we'll be talking about a little bit here, but I'll take the Vikings 2.5. I'm not crazy about it. This is something that I wouldn't bet with my own money or Carl's. Carl, what are you thinking about this one, man?
Well, after my last couple of weeks, I don't have any money for you to bet with. So I can't see myself ever. I'm trying to picture a scenario when I would pick the Vikings, and I just can't.
Hard to find.
I just can't. So I'm taking the Chargers. I'll lay the 2.5.
Nice and easy, Dave. Do you imagine a reality where you can take the Vikings, or are you like Carl? That's fantasy land.
Let me think about this. No. I love when I sit back and I hear that sound. I'm thinking maybe there's a time like when they win the Super Bowl. Wait, no.
Wait, they had.
They didn't. No. There's not a time. I'm not touching the Vikings. You can't figure this team out. They have big leads. They lose them. They're down a bunch. They come back. They lose them. I mean, seriously, what are they, 3-5? Like 3-5, and they're only getting 2.5. That's the thing that cautious me, right? Why is this line only 2.5? You personally saw the Chargers last week. Yes, I mean the Eagles. I think the shitbag Eagles are better than the Vikings, and the number's the same. Like I feel like I'm missing something. This can't be this easy. It's the Chargers. With your money, my money, I might ask the little consig for some cash. You know, she loses another 2. She got a bankroll. She loses another 2. I'm going to ask her for 20. Put it on the Vikings. I mean, on the Chargers. That's it. No way. I ain't touching the Vikings.
All I know is I need to see more TikToks of you and little consig dancing.
Oh,
that was stellar content. That was
working on negotiating. You got to live here at the house. She runs the whole ship up here at the Hamptons, and she said we'll do it, but only on Sundays. That's it. So right now I'm in negotiations to try to get 2 a week, 1 midweek and 1 Sunday. We'll see what we can do.
Well, she knows I ain't doing that dance. Go back, listen to the tape. And I ain't doing shit on Sunday. Forget about it. Packers taking on the Seahawks. Packers 3-point favorites, even though their lying shitbag quarterback is big question mark. Is he going to be playing? Is he not going to be playing? Seahawks, getting 3 points, 49.5 is the total. I mean, you can't bet this game without knowing is Rodgers going to play or not.
No.
Because Love, he was fine. It was his first game. What are you going to do? Should have been able to put more points up against the worst defense in the NFL and the Chiefs. Yeah. Like I got to said, Rodgers, he's a douche, but you can't bet this game without knowing what's going on with him. But even so, I think the line's going to move regardless what ends up happening with him. I would take the Seahawks in this game. I would take him at 3. I would tease him up. I'd do whatever you want. I just think, this is the resurrection of Russell game. He's coming back. This is a huge spot for them to kind of get right. They had Geno be able to at least steer the ship a little bit, cover some games. I think the Seahawks win this game outright is the way I'm looking. What do you think, Dave?
I think over is the best play right now with the information that we have.
Yeah.
Over 49.5. If I got to pick this game now, which again, it's Wednesday and ain't betting no real money on this, but right now for the purpose of the show, we pick all the games. That's what we do. We keep track. CH got this, spreadsheet that he keeps track of all the picks and all that stuff. So it's fun. That's what we're doing. We're having fun here on the show. I pick the Packers. No, it's hard to win all the time, but like we've had good weeks, we've had bad weeks, and when we're right, we're really right, but when we're wrong, we're really wrong too. I'm taking the Packers. I just think somehow they covered that spread last week. Somehow they covered the spread this week, unless Russ cooks and blows them out. I mean, Seattle has the potential to win this game by 10, 13 points because nobody thinks they can. But I'm going the other way. Packers win a close game, cover, 31-28. Or no, that wouldn't cover. That would push 31-27 over.
Yeah, honestly, with how the last couple of weeks has gone, I'll take a push, to be honest with you. Packers taking on the Seahawks. CH, what are you thinking, my man?
Yeah, I think if this game's in Seattle, I might have a different opinion. And maybe we'll get to that a little bit later on. But I might have a different opinion if this game's in Seattle. I'm actually a little bit torn between who's worse, Aaron Rodgers or Kyrie, with the whole COVID thing that's happened over the last few weeks. And I actually kicked around, maybe we should talk about that. But then I thought, fuck Kyrie. I don't want to talk about him. I'll take the Packers.
I may be talking about it a little bit later in the show. Who knows? You may have to stick around for that. That game's just, that's a head scratcher. And again, here on a Wednesday, we can talk about it all we want. We can look at it all we want, but the information that we have, that's what we got for you. We move on. It's the shitbag Eagles on the road, gentlemen. And the listed line that I'm seeing, I got the Broncos 2.5-point favorites at home against the SBE's low total of 44. Now, there is some 3s out here on this game, which is why I think CH is taking the Broncos in this game, since he specifically has it listed at 2.5. I'm on to you, CH. What are you taking in this game, my man?
Look, I put this list together this morning, right before the workday starts. I check the lines. I get the consensus line. So this isn't some BS line that CH made up to get something talked about on the show. But for the record, and it's here in black and white, the graphics department can see. Let's see. Where does it say it? Right there somewhere. SBE. Oh. SBE. I'm taking the SBEs and I'm taking the points.
I think I'm going to die. I can't believe it. I'm shocked. I thought for sure when I saw the 2.5, I was like, he wants that fucking half point. That son of a bitch. But no.
You think I've got look, I'm not honestly, I'm not motivated enough to manipulate the lines.
But the thing is that
for the purposes of the show,
I know you're a genius, but now I know you're not an evil genius. So that's at least good.
There you go.
Dave, what are you thinking? Broncos 2.5-point favorites, 3s out there as they're taking on the SB and the E's.
I am very impressed by this number. Sometimes in the odds making business, you put up a number where it's kind of like, what are you going to do? And you're like, you get people coming up to the counter going, Denver's favored by 2.5, really? I mean, and the people, newbie, the people love the Eagles.
Every week.
Every shape in the world. All of the geometry lessons. They love this Eagles team. They just keep betting it. There's betting groups I hear about that are just all over this Eagles team. They just burn money. I don't get it. You put up 2.5 and people are taking it. You're like, okay, like CH took it. I'm like thinking, all right, good luck with that. Denver Broncos win the game. Shitbag Eagles, another shitbag performance. Give me Denver.
Oh, I'm surprised. Now, I went back and forth whether to do this as my side for Otasop or if I was going to look elsewhere for the OTOSOSOSOSOP. So I'm not going to make it the official play, but I'm going to be falling for the trap, Dave. I'm taking the points with the Eagles here. I just think Denver could be in trouble because they're without their starting right guard who has played terrific this season. His name's Graham Glasgow. Okay. He got injured. He's out for the rest of the season, fractured ankle. And a big part of why Denver is live and why they had a strong start to the season was because what they were getting out of Patrick Surtain. And he won't be playing now either. And that was the guy who you're going to be putting on Devontae Smith, who it seems like that's the only guy who Jalen Hurts can get the ball to, him and his tight end. So all that kind of just coupled with the letdown spot for this Broncos team who just rolled the Cowboys.
Kick their
and
ass.
They have their bye week coming up, which worries me a little bit because we talked a couple weeks about those stats that Ralph Michaels laid out about a team is actually better before their bye than they are after their bye.
Yes.
But after that bye comes the Chargers, comes the Chiefs. So if there is going to be a letdown spot for this Broncos team, it's going to be this week. And, I just think that if the Eagles would have been able to get the ball back against the Chargers, and I think the Chargers defense is at least on par with this Broncos D.
Yep.
Who knows what ends up happening? But instead, Derek Barnett jumps off sides. They don't get the ball back. They lose the game. So I'm going to take the Eagles. I don't like taking my own team. So if I'm looking at the Eagles, there's a reason why I am. I don't feel great about it.
How was the hoagie? That's all I want to know. How was the hoagie?
It was insane. I sent you the picture of the meatball parm. It's that little boom bots, baby. That's whenever you walk in and there's somebody talking Italian on a FaceTime call. They always using the FaceTime because they don't have to use the data minutes.
Guilty.
That's when you just know it's the best fucking sandwich you're gonna have. If they're talking in broken English on a FaceTime call, they got the dust on their apron still. If they're chain smoking cigarettes, it's gonna be the best sandwich you ever had in your life. So we'll move on. Sunday night, 2 games left, and then we got your one total, one side, one prop before we get you out of here. We got the Chiefs taking on the Raiders. Chiefs 2.5-point favorites on the road. A home dog for the Las Vegas Raiders. David, what the hell is going on in Vegas?
I have no idea. I ain't picking the Raiders. I ain't falling for it. Maybe this is the biggest trap game or, whatever you want to call it. We were just talking about sandwiches. Marco D'Angelo calls it a sandwich game and stuff like that on the show. Bet on it with the boys and Kelly and all that stuff. And go watch that show too. There's enough space to go around. There's different people watching, saying stuff. I'm saying this, the Chiefs are not good, but neither are the Raiders. Like I don't know who's going to win this division. I think it's going to be the Chargers, but they'll probably lose this week to the Vikings. The Raiders will win, and we'll keep this dream alive of winning a division. And the Las Vegas Raiders can't even say it without stumbling. Chiefs win the game. Chiefs always beat the Raiders. Chiefs -2.5 for me.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Who would have thought coming into this Sunday night football game, you were talking about the first place Las Vegas Raiders and the last place Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, this year has just been absolutely nuts. Now, I'll get CH's thoughts first, and then I just have a couple questions I want to throw around to you guys on this game that I think are pretty interesting. CH, as far as the side goes, 51.5 is the total. What are you looking at in this game?
I am going to bet against the Chiefs until the season ends.
He did say that. You did say that last week. You said it the week before, and you're sticking to it. No matter
sticking to it. I'll take Oakland.
All right.
So this one I keep flip-flopping on, which is why it's Oakland.
Let's repeat it for the people. They can tweet us at Cash Consid Show.
Or is it Los Angeles?
He said Oakland.
Who knows? It'll be Oklahoma City in 20 years too. They'll just keep moving around. See, the thing is, I keep flip-flopping on this game because this is the biggest buy low spot for the Chiefs ever, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. At least in Andy Reid's tenure. Sure, they're on the road. Sure, they're chalk. Sure, they've been, but 2.5. I mean, you don't see this much. It's either, them favored by 3, by more. So you're getting it under that 3. So that's why I like the Chiefs. But at the same time, the Raiders just keep winning. It's distraction after distraction. And then Derek Carr says the right things and they keep the oars in the water. So this game is so hard to pick for me. I think I would lean the way of the Raiders. The question that I had for you, Dave, though, is this being a Sunday night game, it being under the 3. I talked all about how much I love betting teasers. This is going to be the most teased game of the week, right? Because you're getting Raiders at home. You get to move them through 3. You get to move them through 7. So it's the most wongable thing you could ever do. And that makes it seem such like a square, whether it's sharp, whether it's whatever. It just seems like if anybody's teasing games, this is a game that's going to be a leg in their teaser. And that kind of worries me for them being able to cover that number and not having it be a blowout spot for the Chiefs when everybody thinks that the Raiders are live to win the game.
No question. This is the most wongable game of the week, dog wise. There's some favorites. Dallas, teaser number. Tampa, teaser number. What's the quarterback's name at Tampa again? What's his name?
Are we doing this?
We got to ring the bell.
CH hasn't done it in a while. CH,
say it. Say it.
You're not going to do it?
He's not going to say it. I'll fucking
we're not going to say it.
No, I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
I thought we were going.
I'm saying it. I'm wearing a Pat the Patriot hat. He used to play for the Patriots. Continue to streak. What do you got on there?
I just made a note on here right before that. It says streak ? For my take a minute. Now I don't have to worry about it.
There you go. Throw that out.
Throw
that out. That's wongable. All right. Well, Tampa's going to be on there. All the teasers. Arizona teaser number. And the dog side of it. Oh, I forgot to mention the Colts against Jacksonville, who beat Buffalo last week as a 15-point dog. So all those wongable teasers that were on the Bills with the money line chalk parlays all went down in a game that had no touchdown scored, which, by the way, if you bet that, it was 100-1. When you go to bet, you want a prop that we could just get one prop right. We could have picked no touchdown scored in the Jacksonville Buffalo game last week. 100-1. We could have ended the goddamn – who would end the OTOSOP segment? Did I say that out loud? Hell no, we're not ending it. But we'd be profitable the rest of the time. Yes, to answer your question, Newbie, it seems that way. Something's inherently wrong with Kansas City right now. That offense, nothing's working right. I don't know who's calling the plays, who's not, like what's going on. I heard from somebody on Monday that there's something going on with Andy Reid. Like he's got a lot of things going on. He's had some tough stuff going on with his family, with the kids and things like that. And the wife's like, look, you got to be done coaching. We need you here. I don't know.
Wow.
But I know this, that number's low. Kansas City got to be the side, but the teaser will be the Raiders. And depending on how this week goes for people, last week didn't go so good. The week before didn't go so good. All the books be taking teasers will be happy to write Raiders plus 9 or 9.5 on the other end of that one.
All right, so CH, I don't know how many times I flip-flop, but as far as the official play goes, I'm going Chiefs laying the points. I probably said Raiders. I probably said Chiefs. I get the cross out going. We have it in the graphics budget. So let's move on. And the final game before we get to one total, one side, one prop, we got
Upright 2020.
Taking on the 49ers. Road chalk again. So if you like eating chalk, the night games are for you. Rams 4-point favorites taking on the 49ers, and the total, apropos, 49. CH, what are you thinking in this game, my man?
I'm Pac-Man in this chalk. Give me the Rams.
Eating it like it's Tums. It's all chalky in your mouth. You're like fucking coughing.
Who came up with that idea, by the way? That's disgusting. It's almost worse than the stomach ache you got is Tums. It's terrible.
It's not great. My brother, he has like
it does work though.
It does work. That's what my brother, he fucking eats them like candy. He like preemptively eats them. You know what I mean? Like he's a guy who's like, oh, I'm getting pizza later. Better eat my Tums. You know what I mean?
Brother Dan has them. He eats them like bubble gum. He just keeps them around and says, oh, we're going to eat this. Give me some Tums. There's nothing he eats without the Tums.
What are you thinking, Mr. Tums? Rams taking on the Niners.
Can't give me enough points to take the Niners unless it says 7. What the fuck? Like, again, sometimes you get this late in the season, these numbers are getting harder, but sometimes they are too easy. Like, I don't know. I feel like, what am I missing? Is somebody not playing for the Rams? How's Stafford's injury? I mean, he played like shit. 2 picks, back-to-back plays that resulted in touchdowns. The game was done. They're going to do that
like
again.
Matthew Stafford.
He did look like Matthew Stafford, but he looked like Matthew Stafford that was on the Lions, not the one that looks real nice and on Rams. Newbie, I don't know. I don't want to make it too hard. I ain't going to make it too hard. Give me the Rams minus the points. I think this thing is good at 4, all the way up to 6.5. It might fall 7. Rams win by 7 or more. Is that a prop? Can I use that in the OTOSOP?
You can use whatever the hell you want.
Can't find no props. I'm looking while you're talking. I can't find no goddamn props on Wednesday.
You're going
Put the damn props up. God damn.
Now you know what people were saying about you when you were behind the counter.
Oh, they motherfuckers. Yeah. I got your props right here. That's what I used to say. See you on Friday, bitch.
We're back, bitches.
I think that this is going to be, guys, the first time that we have not had a unanimous pick, because I am going to take the 4 points with the 49ers in this one. And it's actually one that I would bet, simply because I think this is just – it's the bounce back spot for the Rams. You know, they just looked horrible in prime time. They were throwing all the picks. Oh my goodness. They could, no way they can. Look at this short price. I'm only have to lay 4 on the road with the Rams against the 49ers who can't figure anything out. You know, everybody talks about Kirk Cousins in prime time and in the late window and things like that. Matt Stafford, once he gets under those bright lights, he ain't no good. I mean, 21 interceptions. He's played in prime time 23 times, and he's thrown 21 picks to show for it. I mean, this is a guy who kind of folds up under the bright lights. So everybody and their grandmother is on the Rams. I said earlier, I like taking what nobody likes taking. Hasn't served me well this year because public was winning and winning and winning. And then the one week when I go all public with my picks, the books have their best week ever. So I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with Mr. Contrarian, and I'm taking the Rams +4 in this one I also had written down before the show started. So no flip-flopping on my side either, which brings us, boys, to the highly anticipated segment. Beautiful cash considerations, listeners. It's time for one total, one side, and one prize. Woo! Get that man a recording deal. That sounds good, don't it? It's one total, one side, one prop. You can call it OTOSOP. You can call it OTOSOP. Just don't call it missing this segment because we have too much damn fun doing it. And
copyright cash considerations.
Thank you very much. And Dave gets to bat lead off the spot that he fucking hates. He's a cleanup hitter. He likes spanking him out of the park. But he's in the leadoff spot here tonight. It's like when the Phillies screwed up their whole entire order and decided, let's have Bryce Harper bat leadoff because that makes sense. Potentially MVP, we'll see. But one total, one side, one prop. Dave, I'll let you bat leadoff here. CH up next, and I'll go third. So you guys steal all my picks so I can end up with dog shit again. What are you thinking, Dave?
First of all, what I'm thinking for this segment every week, when you listen to this in the car, crank it up when you get ready to do this segment, because you bringing it in with the music bed in the background.
That's good.
It got everybody excited. I mean, Mrs. Consigliere, we were driving up to Utah. This part came on. She was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I said, this is OTOSOP.
This is the show.
Yeah, this is the show. So forget about, naughty by nature, OPP. Yeah, you know me. This is OTSOP. Now listen to me. How about that? We got rappers. Newbie used to be a rapper. The unknown hidden tapes. We're saving that for when we get the bag. People can't give it all away. But Newbie used to rap.
I was good.
All right. My side is Pat the Patriot. I didn't just get the hat to wear, but I mean, I get to go first, and CH's been going first, taking my game all goddamn season. So guess what, bitch? We are back, bitch. And the Patriots is my game, bitch. There you go. That's my side. My total got me. Correnti got me. Steelers got me. They got me last week. All right. I like to pick all the same shit, the same game. I've got to change it up because I got to hit this prop one of these times. Give me the Steeler game. You didn't let me talk about it during the game, during the segment. We're going under again in Pittsburgh. All the people, all the friends of the show, they're going to be there. All right. So we got to take Steeler game under 42.5. It looks like a 43. Give me the best number. We're shopping 43, under 43. My prop. I was going to go real quick with I had it queued up right here. It is Jared Goff under 250.5 passing yards in that game. So we're going 2 out of 3 things there. If I were really listening to the show, though, I think a prop would be Stafford to throw a pick. Yes, after Newbie just said it, got to be it.
Yeah, it's
got to be.
Got to lay money for that.
Got to be it. Yeah, and we're good on the time. They will have to wait an extra 10 minutes to get me into other things, so we're good on the time. That's it. My side, my total, my prop. Patriots minus the points, under 43 in the Pittsburgh game, and Jared Goff under 250.5 passing yards.
Clean right there. CH. Oh, toss-up time. What do you got for the folks?
I'm going to do top us because I got to stall a little bit to come up with my side. So I'm going to drag out my total of my prop.
Got him. Got him.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. The crowd goes wild.
Oh, man.
About time.
I think we're going to have a shootout here in the SPE DEN game. So I'm going to go with the over in the shitbag Eagles, Denver. I think I got 45 here. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. I'm going over. My prop is going to be from the same game that my side was going to be from, but I don't know what my side's going to be anymore. I'm going with the prop I saw on my local website here. Mac and Baker combined over 2.5 touchdown passes. I think it's pretty doable.
That's good.
I think it's pretty doable.
What's the price on that?
It's plus 105.
That's a winner.
Yeah, it's a winner. You know how many times this season in 9 weeks they've combined to be over 2.5 touchdown passes? One.
Really?
One time it's happened. No, they're not playing each other in those games. Yeah, they're not playing each other in those games. But, some weeks Mac had 2 and Baker had none, or they both had 1. It's only happened once all year. So I think this is going to be the game, though. I'm starting to see Mac is sinking with Hunter Henry, and there's going to be it's a given that he's going to get one. Patriots, I don't think they're going to have much of a running game this week, so they're going to have to throw the ball. So I'm going with Mac and Baker over 2.5 touchdown passes combined. I guess I'm going to have to go with the Rams. I'm going with the Rams. I don't think the 49ers are really even that good. And this is only a 4-point game. I'm going to go with the Rams -4. So Rams -4 on Monday night against the Niners. Philly, Denver over 45, and Mac and Baker combined over 2.5 touchdown passes at plus 105.
I love it. And it's actually, I've heard Dave talking all week long about correlated parlays. You could kind of consider that my total on my toss-up is a correlated parlay, because you guys know I hate playing totals, and I never hit them, and we have no rules, and I'm technically the host of this segment, so I'm switching it up, and I'm going with a total, but I'm going with a team total. And Carl, I think we're getting over that number, because my team total is the shitbag Eagles to go over 21 total points scored. -108 is the price. There were some 20.5s out there, but you had to lay like -120 for them. So I would rather take the chance of having a push on my bet and just having it be, no harm, no foul, than having to lay -120 versus the 108. I'm a juice adverse person. That's just the way that I go. I never like juicy juice. Never got orange juice. I hate orange juice. I don't get why people like orange juice.
What is wrong with you?
I'm an apple juice guy. I'm an AJ guy. You drink
that
OJ?
No.
Yes, this is
No. Look, you take a nice orange juice with no pulp. You dump a little Grey Goose in there. It's fantastic.
I think the screwdriver is one of just the most horribly disgusting drinks ever. We may have to take a minute. I mean, we may have just stumbled into a Carl's Corner in the middle of Otasa.
Put this down when football season's over.
So I digress. I shouldn't have said anything about juice, because now everything I say is invalidated. But the thing is that the Broncos defense, has been solid. But like I said earlier in the show, and if you didn't listen, you're just watching on YouTube, go check out our In the Gun segment, because without Surtain, I think the Eagles, whose quarterback is finding his stride a little bit, and especially with their first round draft pick, they're going to have a concerted effort to get Devonta Smith the ball. I think they go over this total, 21 total points for the Eagles, minus 108. Over is my total. For my side, it's a game that we didn't talk about yet, and I think it's a great spot. Dallas laying 8 points. There's 9s out there. Shop the number. I'm taking Dallas minus 8 because I think this team is going to be pissed off after they shit the bed against the Broncos. Now they had a week to get Dak a little bit more acclimated after he was out. Cooper Rush, he came in the stead. It's hard, whether it's a veteran quarterback or not, reacclimating a guy to an offense after you change what you were practicing for weeks, and then you had to change it up. And I think Atlanta, sure, they play close games, which worries me a little bit. I think Dallas is going to blow them out. And stop me if you've heard this before, but I love this game in a teaser. You get Dallas down
Wongable
-2. Oh, this is Wongable all day long, baby. This is a big old Wong. This is Dallas laying the 8 points, and you tease them down to 2. A big old Wong right there. Laying the 8 is my side in Otossop. For my prop, gentlemen, I shopped around and I found this on BetMGM. I'm going back to the Eagles game. I, like Carl, think that this is going to be a shootout. So I found this, and this price makes no sense to me. I guess, is it common for teams to like go on big runs or not? The question is, will a team score 3 times in a row? So that would be 3 times unanswered. The yes in the Eagles Broncos game is minus 250. Yes. So the way that they can score is touchdown, is field goal, is safety.
Touchdown.
And I guess
touchdown, field goal, whatever it is, 3 consecutive scores. Very common thing.
I think they're going to be trading back and forth in this game. So at plus 175, I'm going to take the no on that prop. Maybe I'm falling for a sucker bet. I just don't see either of these defenses, especially the shitbag Eagles, shutting down their offense. So at a nice plus price, I think this game's going to be ping pong and back and forth. So I will take no. No team will score 3 straight plus 175 on BetMGM. So no 3 straight scores. No in that plus 175 is the prop. The side is Dallas laying the 8, and the total is the Eagles. Team total over. Will they burn me again? They probably will. And that's why you listen to the most rude tune in Mississippi. That's In the Gun. That's one total, one side, one prop. And that is it for me. My pits are sweating. Back to you, Dave. I get so pumped when we're doing this. The light's so fucking bright, dude. I pour sweat when we do this.
I can't stop laughing. I'm losing my voice again. It hurts when you do it. When you listen to you bring this segment in on the radio, driving in the car, it wakes you up. It gets everybody going. That one had Mrs. Consig turn to me and goes, "He do that the whole time?" I'm like, "No, just sit and listen. Wait, he'll finish." Yeah, it's so good how you do it. Josh, Massey, all the boys listening, clip Newbie saying that's a big Wong, please, right there. Just go back, timestamp that one. Big Wong, clip it. Copyright, cash considerations 2021, right there. Wongable, big Wong. It's all right there. All right, last segment, boys. We just killing it, getting this, show done. And we went 2 hours last time. We're going to be about an hour, 30 minutes or so here for this one. Again, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for listening, giving us an opportunity to do the show. At the end of every show, we do this. It's called Take a Minute, where we just kind of talk about whatever it is on our mind. There's no time restriction, really. We call it Take a Minute, but we kind of run over. But Newbie, what did Bama Mafia say about the show? What are we?
If you're wondering, Bama Mafia had this.
This is an over show, boys.
Take the over.
Take the over.
Does he get a royalty? He doesn't get any royalty or anything every time we play that.
Not yet. Don't give him no ideas. Don't give him no ideas. He ain't
just checking.
Just checking. No.
We're going to get a message from his lawyer like we did. Who was it? Shaw Nasty or whoever it was.
The Standells.
The Standells.
Standells, Shaw Na.
They didn't like us playing their songs.
31. You remember Bowser? Bowser was good. Sha-na-na.
That was your first concert, wasn't it, Sha-na-na?
That was my first one.
That's what I thought.
Listen to the show. This is the show. All right, Carl. Carl Hascall on Twitter at Carl Hascall, Hascall. Spell it every show. Did want to end the streak, Tom Brady streak. Almost didn't end because we skipped the Tom Brady game, but we said Tom Brady. The kid's on his phone. He ain't pushing the button. He's supposed to push the button every time I say Tom Brady. Push the button.
I'm sorry.
Say it again, Tom Brady.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. All right, just make sure you listen to the show. He's taking notes. He's doing all kinds of things. Setting up dinner plans with the meatball subs, probably.
You're right.
Carl Hascall, social media manager, coordinating producer, email guy, cashkinsidshow@gmail.com. Thank you for the questions. We'll get to them next week, we promise. Right now, your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, real quick, since you just said it, thanks to the guys who sent us the questions today. Sean, who was we can always count on for a couple questions. Anthony, David, Big D, and our buddy SoCal DGen, who sent a good question that's going to be a debate.
Oh,
so
excellent.
we'll get to those maybe next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah. My Take a Minute tomorrow is 11/11, which is significant to me because it's a date that I can remember. It's a bunch of ones, and it's also my wedding anniversary.
Ooh.
And I would say we strategically planned it that way so I wouldn't forget, but it's not really why. It just happened to land on that day. But I am very fortunate that I have a woman who allows me to come down here and play with my little friends every week for a couple of hours and do this. And I'm actually spending the day tomorrow, since it's a holiday, on the golf course. So when I was coordinating the golf outing with the boys for tomorrow, I looked over at my wife, who was sitting up on the couch, and I said, "You mind if I play golf again on our anniversary?" And I say again because I played last year on our anniversary. And she looked at me and she said, "Don't they know you have the coolest wife in all of New Hampshire?"
Yes, she does.
Yeah, you know what? I think I do. So, Little Bear, thank you for letting me play golf and come down here and play with my little friends every week. And happy anniversary. That's my minute.
Oh. Excellent work. CH, what's the number for you shooting tomorrow? Just throw it out there. Well, 98.5. We going over under?
No, I'd be under that. But we play 2 versus 2 best ball. So we'll finish.
Is this with your buddy Dave that looks like Jaws?
Yeah. I saw him at the hen house the other day. You know,
big shout out to the hen house.
Yeah, big shout out to the hen house. It's me and it's actually me and my buddy Steve against Dave and Amos. We're usually, I would say, favored by 2.5 strokes going into tomorrow. So we'll see. 2.5's the number.
Give me CH for the limit, baby. For the limit on the anniversary.
On the anniversary.
There you go.
Get a little extra roll at this time of year up in New England. A little cold, the ground's hard. CH likes to bump it up to the green, not fly it onto the green. When you get to be a certain age, you got to start thinking and playing. So I'm betting on you, CH, but that was an excellent Take a Minute. She did good, and she continues to do good, and we thank her for allowing you to come join us every single week. Newbie, I don't know what voice you want to use, but he's Dan Alexander. That's the name he uses, but his name is Dan Newbert. Nobody can spell it, so he picked that and keeping that as his Twitter handle at Newbie Talks, the executive producer of the show, the co-host of the show, obviously, and the super producer for Wager Talk and the host of Bet on Lacrosse. The people put out odds on that. You're going to talk about that. The play-by-play announcer for WEEU, again, Friday night. Follow along with him on Twitter to listen to the next Penn State quarterback that's going to keep James Franklin there. Sean, fuck you. That was for you. He ain't leaving yet. Newbie, your Take a Minute segment starts in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, well, when I was just texting and not paying attention at all right there, it was just my girlfriend. She was asking me, like, what kind of coffee am I supposed to get? And I was trying to write the classic roast. And because I was getting yelled at, I typed too quick and I wrote back blazing toast. And she goes, oh, that sounds different. And she started typing it into Amazon. I was like, no, I meant classic roast. So there's a free little take.
But that was avocado toast. You like that shit. You posted that the other day on the Twitter. Was that good?
Yeah. Oh, it's so you like it too, CH?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Little balsamic drizzled on top of it. Oh, yeah.
It's excellent, but do you have to talk like Monkey Jizz Guy when you eat it? Like avocado toast?
It's not frowned upon, but you don't have to. But no, the Take a Minute is not dedicated to blazing toast nor classic roast. I was just thinking about, Jeff Bezos going to space. And there was this other where it was like this millionaire who bought like a bunch of seats and they got to fly people into space. It was this really cool story. A child who, or a now young adult who beat childhood cancer, got to get flown into space. And it was super cool. It was awesome. But with all these people going to space, I have some candidates of maybe people who should go to space and should maybe stay in space. Let's send these two gentlemen to the moon. They have been in the news quite a lot these past 2 weeks. One of them looks like a creep. One of them just looks creepy. And that is Mr. Corrente, the official. And that is, of course, the greasy man himself, Aaron Rodgers. Nobody fucking believed that you were dressing up as John Wick and that's why you were growing out your hair. Like, just say you wanted to grow out your hair. Like, that's what I did. I'm going to donate it eventually, but at this point, I'm just a long-haired individual. So you lied about why you grew the hair. And then you also thought that you were so damn smart that you could just use some terms here and some terms there, and you could outsmart all of America. Like, people are going to debate this whole vaccine thing till they're blue in the face. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is say, Aaron Rodgers, you're a douchebag. You're not that smart. There's a reason why you got passed over as the host of Jeopardy. Nobody wants you on their fucking TV all afternoon long. You heard Jimmy say, don't ruin Jeopardy for him. Well, now you're ruining every time I turn on the TV because I got to see you talking about Dr. Joe Rogan. It's ridiculous. Go to the moon. I'm done with you, Aaron Rodgers. And this is a guy who I used to respect a lot. Used to love Aaron Rodgers. Anytime he was on the TV, got to tune it in. I switched to State Farm just because I love Aaron Rodgers. No more. I'm done with this dude. You're not that smart, guy. Sorry. As far as Tony Corrente goes, dude's fucking hip checking players, throwing flags.
Stuck his ass up.
I don't think that the game was rigged. I don't think that he had money on the game. I don't think anything. No. I just think he's a douchebag. I think these are two huge D-bags who, let's put them on the next SpaceX rocket. Let's send them up and they can be the first to colonize the moon. I hope nothing bad happens to them. I think it all goes well. But as far as test guinea pigs go, I think those are two pretty solid candidates. Let's get them to the moon and just hang out up there. Corrente, Aaron Rodgers, get on the next SpaceX flight. I'm done with you. That's my take a minute.
3, 2, 1, blast off right to the moon. What Jackie Gleason you say? Send you to the moon, Alice. To the moon, Alice. That's it. Those guys go to the moon. Newbie sends them. He's at Newbie Talks on Twitter. Thank you again, sir. Excellent work. Well, for the whole show.
And that's a future Carl's Corner right there. Who are we sending to the moon? Oh, those two guys that's not enough. I mean,
we're stacking.
It's not enough. We got a list.
Up the Carl's.
We're going to need a pretty big ship.
We're gonna need it. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
There's no question. If you don't know that reference, that's Jaws, and you can go find that. That's not CH's friend that looks like Jaws, Dave. No, that's Jaws the movie. We're gonna need a bigger boat. All right, my Take a Minute segment starts right now. Last week, gave a shout out to little Nate, my one of my best friends in life, my fraternity brother, the homie Norm, his son. He had a big day at the field. He listened back to the Take a Minute segment. He appreciated it. Hopefully all of you do as well. And my brother Doug had a big week with, his story being written about and beating cancer and going to the game and wearing the other team's uniform. I'm wearing the Pat the Patriot hat. Yes, like people, we can all get along and root for our own teams. And like you can bet this team, can bet against them the next week. It's all in fun. Like there's a 2% of people are doing this professionally. They're ghosts. Okay. They're Casper the Ghost. They're earning, they're grinding, they're getting that CLV. Maybe this isn't the show for you. That's fine. It's the other 98% we're talking to, but nobody's listened to the show. Yet people are listening to the show. I don't know. I can't keep track of it all, but my Take a Minute segment is pretty simple. Follow along on TikTok, Cash Considerations. 1, me and Little Consig shared the dance. We did a little thing. We're having fun. Okay. So if you don't like it, just swipe. Apparently you can just swipe by the TikTok. You don't like it. I'm going to keep doing it. It's fun. So thank you, Little Consig. Hopefully I can get with her people, my people, we can negotiate. She wants a bump up in the Tooth Fairy fees. I put that on the TikTok. Well, we're going to try to get her to do Wednesdays or Thursdays and Sundays. We're going to do dances. Who knows what. Second thing, my voice is hoarse because I go up to Utah and coach softball with the Impact. This team is called Impact. It used to be Impact Gold, but we can't use Impact Gold because then people send us cease and desist orders and things like that. So we're now the Nevada Impact instead of Impact Gold. Those people are in Texas. They're crazy. And they think if we go show up at a tournament, Impact Gold, they're going to want royalties. So you know what? We changed the name, Nevada Impact. There you go. In the gun, 2021 cash considerations. Nevada Impact 2021. There you go. Take the team up. This is their first experience with Coach Dave in the dugout. They didn't know. Nobody knew. I coach like this. I am calling out every pitch at the top of my lungs. I'm screaming every time these girls make a play. We got so many 2-out base hits that I almost passed out in the dugout. We're down 0-2, 2 outs, runner at second. We need that goddamn run. Kids, for the, whole month of October. She gets up, laces a ball in the gap. We scored a run. So many things positive. We got walked off twice. That's how we lost. But we played 7 games. 2 more, we would have been in the ship. Middle Consig Kelsey was almost intentionally walked for the first time ever. And the ump told the other manager, I'm in the first base coaching box next to their dugout. He calls time. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? He goes to the umpire and says, we want to put this kid on base. She's 2 for 2 at this point. They tried to pitch her outside the first time. She hit a ball about 250. Oppo, gone. Second time up, they tried again. She hit it off the fence, cruised into second. Doubles and bombs, bro. She gives me the pad as she's coming, time, Blue, coming to me, flips me the pad, doubles and bomb, bro. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Give me the pad. Get on second base. You better score in a single. Third time up, second and third, first base is open. Manager makes the right call. I got to walk this kid. You got to throw the 4 pitches, sir. We're USA softball. We're not ASA, USSSA, all this other shit. You got to throw the 4 pitches. There ain't a kid on the field that ever seen an intentional walk in their life. Because in little softball, you tell them 4 bases, go. 4 pitches, go. Give her the base. So the coach goes, I don't even know how, I can't even tell you how to do it. Let's pitch to her. Oh, okay. I walk back as he's walking back to the dugout. I go, Coach, that was the right move. I don't care if you walk her. Just tell her to come down to first. You don't have to throw the 4 pitches. I'd walk her too. He's like, yeah, we're just going to pitch to her. That's fine. I'm like, okay, I don't know, man. She's smoked right now. First pitch, inside fastball, foul ball. Ball 1, ball 2. I lean back. I'm like, man, just get a single. Pitcher makes a mistake. There's a mountain behind left field. Kelsey almost hit the goddamn mountain. It was a ball that was so far gone off the bat. I almost passed out running down the baseline with my low 5 because we do 2 times. I'm running down the base going, oh, my goodness, watching the ball go. Kid did a bat flip by accident. It was one of the best, coolest dad-daughter moments I have ever had. But it was fun. Nobody got hurt. Nobody thought we were big time in anybody. We went from a 4-0 lead to a 7-0 lead and ended up winning the game. Tremendous. Next game. I can barely talk. I'm calling out the pitches. And TJ, you said you were going to listen to the show or watch the show, Cash Considerations. The coach of the Cedar City Rebels were battling this team, right? 3rd inning, I call out pitch. He goes, he's in the third base coaching box. We're talking. We're giving each other shit. It's fun. He yells to the batter, check, 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 sit, change. I'm like, oh, shit, I called change. And the pitcher's already in her windup. I tried to jump off the bucket and go jump out there and stop it myself. God damn it. He knew. He called check, 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 like the movie Rounders. It sounded like KGB, but it was like Peyton Manning. He knew the signal.
Oh, my.
She hit it off the top of the fence. I was like, God damn it. So I stood up. I said, TJ, do you know all my signals? Are you giving these kids the pitch before the pitch? Because now I got to change the whole goddamn thing. And these kids just learned this system. Now I got to change the whole thing. He starts laughing. He's like, oh, no. So I go to the first base coaching box. They start calling out their signals. They start calling out state names. One point, he yells to the pitcher, what flows south moves west? I said, TJ, what are you guys doing? A geography lesson in there? Next pitch, he calls 1-1-1-72 Delaware. I said, what the hell are you saying? We were going back and forth. End result is, TJ, you said you were going to listen to the show. Now I talked about you. Nobody listens to the show, but you knew shit. He beat us in a walk-off. I will see you again. I will see you. That was our last game. They walked us off. I had to intentionally walk a batter to set up a force. Girl hit a single, walked us off, and I shook hands, said, listen to Cash Considerations. Follow the show on YouTube, Cash Considerations. You got me. You knew shit. Next time, nobody knows shit. I'm changing them signals. That's it. For the show, for the boys. He's Dan Newbert. You call him Dan Alexander. He's at Newbie Talks. Carl Hascall, at Carl Hascall. Myself, Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere, at Sports BK Consig on Twitter. The show on the Twitter, at Cash Consid Show. On the TikTok, it's at Cash Considerations. And on YouTube, please press subscribe. Watch the show. I hope you enjoy it. It's Cash Considerations. We'll talk to you guys next week.